Hello everyone, my name is Bala and today we are going to be looking at how to download public documents from the MCA website. And we're going to do that so that we can use those documents to generate automated investment memos using the ETO due diligence platforms. So first things first, we have to know which company we are looking at. So let's assume we are looking at upcoming IPOs, and Parley is the company that's of concern to us. And Parley Products' IPO is supposed to come in the middle of the year to late this year. And we first have to figure out what the name of the registered name of the company is. In some cases, when you're looking at startups, the registered name of the company is generally not the same as the name of the company itself. So, fortunately, Parley is called Parley Products Private Limited. So, if you're looking at some other company, say for instance, you're looking at Cardeco, they're called Girna Software Private Limited. So, once we have the name of the company, the next task is to go to the MCA portal and log in. So, I'll just punch in my credentials and log into the platform. MCA is famously a mess of captchas. So you would encounter around 3 to 4 captchas before you can start downloading the files. And then while you're downloading the files, you'll still look at a few captchas, which are arithmetic calculations. So I'll punch in this captcha, and this is the screen that you would look at as soon as you log in. So where you would have to go is on the top navbar, go to MCA services, and then on the sidebar, you would have to scroll down to document related services, and then you see view public documents V3. So the V2 portal has been discontinued, and now there are just a single portal. There are no separate portals. So V3 is the portal that we would look at and download data from. It is far more seamless than the V2 portal, but still you would have to struggle with the captchas that are going to come up. So we will punch in the name of the company, which is Parley Products Private Limited. And as soon as you click on this search magnifying glass icon, you would another captcha is thrown. And once you plug in the captcha, hopefully this is right. Yeah. So you'll see the name of the company, its corporate identification number here, and then you can click on this company and see which files are available for this company. So if even if you do a partial search, if multiple companies match the same name, then they all are listed. Then you can select the corporate identification number of concern, looking at the company name, and then you can move ahead from here. So once you click on this corporate identification number, you come to this screen. So all the document categories are listed here, from certificates to change in directors to incorporation documents to charge documents, etc. The document of concern for us right now is the annual reports, and within the annual reports, we are looking at the AOC4 XBRL forms. So MGT7 forms are also available, but they are not of concern. And AOC4 forms contain the annual financial statements of a company and the independent auditor's report and whatever disclosure a company has to make. And that's the document that our platform uses in order to generate the automated investment memos. So a single company costs 100 rupees, and with that 100 rupees, you can download any and all of these files. So from here, which is you would see this drop down, which is called year of filing. You can select all, and then you would see the data for all years. And I just say punch in this captcha again. So this is the third captcha. And now you can see which all documents are available within the document category of annual reports. And you can scroll down, you can see that the MGD7 files are available, the AOC4 XBRL files, which is of our concern, are available, the CSR2 files are also available. So we'll just add this company to cart. We started around a few minutes ago, and you will also see there's a clock running on the bottom left, which is mainly there so that we can see the wall-to-wall time of when this process started and how much time it actually takes. So you can see this button, which is called Get Fee Details. Once you click on this button, whichever companies are in the cart, the amount will be calculated basis 100 rupees per company. So since we only have one company in the cart, it says 100 rupees. And now you can click on Make Payment. Once you do that, the payments page will load. MCA in general takes some time to load these pages, so you would have to be patient with that. I'll just speed up the videos for the times that I've been waiting, and the wall clock will support us in terms of the amount of actual time it took. So here we have this page, and we'll just click on confirm. And this is the payments page. Generally, you can select the bank which shows the highest success rate. You can select UPI from here so that you can scan a QR code and make the payment. And this is the final captcha before we make the payments and start downloading the files. And at the bottom right, you would see a pay button, which is probably masked by my video inset. But once you click on that pay button, you would be taken to the PayU portal and a QR code comes up on the screen. I'll just scan this QR code using a payments app and then make the payment for this. Once you have made the payment, you would ideally be taken back to your cart. And if everything goes well, you should see the name of the company pop up here. And we have two companies in the cart. So Girna Software Private Limited is a company that I downloaded a little while ago. And a major thing to keep in mind while downloading data from the MCA portal is the data is available for a period of 7 days in the cart. So for each company, the time that you download the data, it would be sit there for a period of 7 days and then it gets automatically deleted. Another caveat here is that once you start downloading the files, you would have to download whatever files you want within a period of 3 hours. So it's ample amount of time, but there are a lot of files as well. So if you were to go through that, it would probably take you say half an hour to download every category of document and throughout a period of say 10 years. But then if you're just looking at AOC4 filings, it will probably take us 5 to 7 minutes to do that. So we were looking at Parley Products Private Limited. So I'll just click on Parley Products Private Limited. Now here you can select the other documents as well. If you want to download certificates of incorporation, then you can download this. If you want to download details about the change in director, etc., you can click on the radio button here, and then you can click on the year of filing and select which year you want the data for. You can download the data for a single year as well as multiple year together. But we'll go to the annual reports. We'll select all from the year of filing drop down, and then we'll click on next. As soon as we click on next, it's a similar page that we had seen before, but now you can see the checkboxes on the left. So another thing that you would have to keep in mind while downloading data from MCS, it only allows you to download 5 files at a time. So that's another bottleneck that MCA has taken a design choice on. We kind of consider it to be a dark pattern. You can download as many files as you want. You should be able to download as many files as you want, but that's not the case. Regardless of the fact, since this is the data which is the most richest in terms of annual filings, we are going to rely on this and just go through the process of downloading. If we are say downloading files for 10 years, we will have to download them in two tranches. So 5 files at a time for a period of 5 years. Then for the remaining 5 years, we would have to download them again. So I'll just scroll down. I'll start downloading the AOC4 XBRL files. So another thing to keep in mind is there are multiple files which are classed as AOC4 XBRL. So this is the form name, but the file of concern for us is the form AOC4 XBRL. So the revised optional attachments and the XBRL financial statements are additional files that a company files under the same category. So the XBRL financial statements are the financial statements which are filed in PDF format. So if you download this, you get all the financials as a PDF format, and it's a 390 page file. So but if you download the AOC4 XBRL file, you will see a PDF file which has all these files as an attachment. I'll bring up the AOC4 files as well. Once I click on download, when I start downloading the first 5 files, so I've selected 5 files going back from 2025 to 2021, and you notice that the filing for 2025 was made in 2026 because the companies have time to file with MCA. So it would generally not happen that if you're looking for financials of FY25, they would it's not necessary that they are filed in FY25 itself. So I'll click on download. You would have to do this arithmetic calculation to start downloading the files. So I'll just punch in that number. And while the files are downloading, I'll just pull up the AOC4 files. So AOC4 files are generally files this is the format in which you would see them. There's another format as well. So this is another format in which AOC4 filings are done, but both the file contains the same data. So you can see the paid up capital of the company, the corporate identity number, and the name of the company, etc. So in India, there are two regimes. If a company earns more than 100 crore rupees, they file all their financials as attachments. You can see this is for Imagine Marketing Private Limited, which is board, and you can see the financial statements filed as XML files. So the additional filings you can see here are for their subsidiary. So they have a subsidiary in Singapore, so its financials are here as well. So this is the attachments tab. You can see that in Adobe Reader, and then you can see the files that are there. Similarly, in this format of AOC4 as well, you would be able to see the files in the attachments. So if a company earns less than 100 crore rupees, AOC4 filings also have sections to plug in some numbers here. So you can see the balance sheet numbers and the profit and loss statements here as well. But this is not the case with Imagine Private Limited, and we are looking at the filing for FY24. And in that case, they had revenues of over 100 crore rupees. So you can see the filings as attachments in XML format. And those are the files that our platform also uses in order to generate the automated investment memo. So I'll just go back to the MCA portal. So the first five set of files have been downloaded. So we'll just uncheck them and we'll download the data for the remaining 5 years. So I'm downloading data for 10 years right now because that is the vintage to which our tool looks at the data, but you're free to download as much data from here as you want. So now you're looking at the AOC for XBRL file for 2019, then this is for 2018, this is for 2018, 2017, and then we are going back to 2016. So we have selected four more files. There's one more file that we can select, and we'll select one from 2016 as well. Another arithmetic captcha. So these files have also started downloading. And within this portal, just the cost for downloading data for a single company is 100 rupees. And it's not limited to the class of documents. So if you go back, you can download documents from any category. So if you wanted to look at charge documents, which has filings under the categories of CHG1 and CHG4, etc. So you can also download that data. After having paid for the company. So once you have paid 100 rupees, all the data is available. So you can still go here and look at all the documents and you can download files from here. As you can see, there are 22 charge documents that Parley Products Private Limited has filed. And there are CHG4 forms and CHG1 forms here as well. So charge documents basically contain, the charges against a company which emanate from having them taken a loan from a bank. So all those details are here. And if you want those documents, you can download them from here as well. So those files are also downloaded. So the first tranche of files was 16 MBs, the next tranche was 9.1 MB. And now that I started downloading the files, what would happen is after a period of 3 hours, Parley Products Private Limited would get deleted from this table. So, and Girna Software Private Limited, because I downloaded it earlier, would also get deleted from the table. So once you start downloading the files, a counter starts which counts down from 3 hours, and as soon as those 3 hours are over, the files get deleted. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind while you're downloading data from the MCA portal. And now that we have downloaded the MCA, the AOC for XBRL files, and we'll use those files to generate the automated investment memos in the next videos. Thanks a lot for tuning in. If you have any questions, you can mail them to bala@nullpointout.in. Thank you.